And now we turn to a story that has been under the radar somewhat, but is beginning to surface, and it concerns Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the greatest sportsmen and richest sportsmen in the world. This story first broke in Der Spiegel, the German magazine, and it concerns an alleged sexual assault that took place in Las Vegas in 2009. The victim was Kathryn Mayorga, and a settlement was made, we were told, or it's alleged, by Ronaldo of $350,000, which is a rather lot of money. The sexual assault took place in a night after a night in a nightclub called Rain. And the latest development in the story is that Nike, the big American sports brand, have expressed their concern about Ronaldo. He has a $1 billion lifetime contract with Nike, so things are beginning to happen. Richard Fitzpatrick is an Irish journalist living and working in Spain, and he joins me now. Richard, this story was quiet enough in the Spanish press, considering how big a name Ronaldo is there. What's been going on?
Yeah, it was very interesting. It was the same. I've been talking to colleagues in Lisbon, but slowly the story is gathering force. As you mentioned, the case kind of blew up on Saturday when Der Spiegel printed a long interview with the woman who alleges that Ronaldo did this rape, Kathryn Mayorga. The day before that interview was published, her lawyer filed a lawsuit in a Nevada district court claiming rape. So this reopened the case. It was a civil case they were pursuing. Then the big thing that happened was on Monday, the Las Vegas Police Department reopened the case. So they're pursuing an investigation. Crucially for Ronaldo, that could lead to him being questioned. Whether he agrees to be questioned or not remains to be seen, but that will be interesting to see what happens there. He could do that interview by video conference or face-to-face, or by drafting some responses. Or there is also the possibility of extradition. Is
it established that he did in fact make a settlement with this young woman, because that would have its own implications? I think she claims, Richard, that the reason she accepted a settlement rather than preferring charges at the time was she was afraid that she wouldn't be believed, or that she would be publicly shamed, as many women are in these circumstances.
Yeah, Ronaldo's position was originally on Friday he released a short video on Instagram claiming it was all fake news. That was his quote, saying that this person just wants to become famous. He retreated a bit from that on Wednesday when he released a statement on Twitter. He was a lot more anxious. He said he wanted to clear his name. That he was tranquil about the situation, but that he was anxious to clear his name, and that he had a clear conscience. The Der Spiegel story is based on Football Leaks documents. This is one of the crucial aspects about this story. They released documents, some of the documents that Ronaldo exchanged with his legal team. At the time, this non-disclosure agreement was agreed between Ronaldo and Kathryn Mayorga, and that kicked off back in 2009, a few months after the alleged incident, and it was concluded in 2010. The smoking gun in the case, in the civil case, is this document from September 2009, in which Ronaldo's lawyers completed a questionnaire with Ronaldo, and in that alleged document, it claims that Ronaldo said that the sex happened between himself and Kathryn Mayorga, but that she had said no several times and asked him to stop. So this is very obviously compromising for Ronaldo. There was a second document in these Football Leaks documents which goes back to December 2009. Again, that was conversations, documented conversations between Ronaldo and his legal team, but his position changed in that, and he maintained that sex was consensual. So that this September 2009 document, the one where he says she tried to stop him having sex, kept saying no, that's implicating for Ronaldo.
Yes, indeed. And his present club, Juventus, have issued a very supportive statement today. How are the Spanish press regarding the story?
Yeah, it's interesting. It's slowly gathering fire. Monday, there was very little about it. Later in the week, Ronaldo was sat out from the Portugal squad for their series of games next week. They're playing 2 games and more games in November, which he won't play in. So he's said he's not going to play for Portugal until 2019. So this is what a lot of the Spanish press are leading with on the story, the fact that Ronaldo's taken this case very seriously. El Mundo is probably covering the story most thoroughly. They're one of the European publications which, along with the likes of the Sunday Times and Der Spiegel,
yes,
have been covering those Football League stories.
Yeah, and I think the whole one of the things that would be interesting to know, Richard, I don't know if you know, do the United States and Spain have extradition treaties for an offence of this nature?
I don't know off the top of my head if they do. It seems unlikely that it would get to the stage of extradition. It's quite difficult to enforce. In Ronaldo's case, it would involve a Spanish judge ruling on it.
Yes.
What seems far more likely, if he agrees to do an interview, is it'll probably be a video conference or drafted questions and answers from his legal team.
Right. I mean, interestingly, Nike, who also had a relationship with and have a relationship with Tiger Woods, at the time of the Tiger Woods scandals, if we can call them that, Nike stood by him resolutely, but there isn't the same feeling about the statement they've issued in relation to Ronaldo, who is, I suppose, in their mind, an equally, lucrative source of publicity and income.
Yeah, even greater, I would say, given his fame. It would be far more widespread than Tiger Woods, $1 billion contract, lifetime contract. And you're right to flag it. They've come out and it's clear they're very concerned about the situation. They will have a clause, a moral clause in their contract with Ronaldo where they can pull out of it. It's obviously not good, especially in this Me Too
of course
era, to have one of your Billboard stars in a situation like this. And the details in this case that are available online are extraordinary. There's so many different angles to it, apart from the incident or the alleged incident on the night in June 2009. But there are several more strands to the case as well that Mayorga is alleging. For example, one of her bones of contention is the fact that Ronaldo's fixers, or that's what she refers to, or her team refer to as personal reputation protection specialists, that they interfered in the non-disclosure agreement case, and that there was a mole in the Las Vegas Police Department that was feeding Ronaldo's team information. There's just extraordinary details, and so this would all be fed back into that position that Nike has. Okay, well,
thank you very much for joining us, Richard, from Spain. That's a story that may well become a much bigger story, and it's if some of those details which I'm aware of also that Richard referred to are true, it's a pretty shocking story. We'll follow it.